Hi everybody, welcome to week 10. This is it. We are in the final week of the course. So, you really only have two things to do this week. The first is to take the week 10 attendance quiz, and the second is to complete the short stories exam. You can find the short stories exam under the week 10 module, right underneath the week 10 attendance quiz once you take it. It is also accessible through the quizzes area of the course. So, hopefully, you have already reviewed and studied for the short stories exam. If you have not, I highly suggest doing so before just jumping right in and starting the exam. Because, the drama and poetry exam that you guys took in week 4, you had the option of making corrections on that. And it helped those of you who took advantage of that opportunity. But this is basically like the final exam. We are in the last week of the course, and you will not have time to make corrections. So it is super important that you are prepared for this exam before you start it. There was a review last week in week 9. There was a handout and then a video where I went over the review handout and, made sure you understood exactly what you needed to focus on for each of the 6 short stories we've read. So, if you have not looked at that handout and watched that video, you should. Don't forget that in addition to that review video, you still have access to the PowerPoints and videos that cover each story. Okay? So going back to week 5, right? Really week 6, because there won't really be any questions from chapter 6. So you're going to want to look at the PowerPoint and video for The Story of an Hour and Hills Like White Elephants. And then the following week is A Rose for Emily and the Lottery. And then the following week is Everyday Use. And then last week I went over speech sounds. Everything you need to know for the short stories exam is in those lessons. That is where your answers should come from. Use your access to those lessons to your advantage to make sure you do well on the exam. Pay attention to each question on the exam. Make sure you answer them fully. If the question says, what was this literary element, and provide an example, make sure you do both parts so that you don't get some points deducted. Make sure that every answer you give is your own. The only sources you should be using to find your answers and create your answers are the PowerPoints and videos of mine. Okay? Don't go to outside sources, and certainly don't copy and paste your answers. You'll just get a 0 if that happens. Give yourself time to complete the exam. Don't try to rush it. Remember, it's worth 30% of your overall grade. Really use that review and those prior lessons to help you. It is due Thursday night by 11:59 p.m. No, that's it. That is when the course ends. I cannot accept anything past that deadline. Final grades will be submitted the following day, right? By close of business Friday, you will know your final grade for this course. So set yourself up for success. Review for the exam. Try to start it earlier in the week as opposed to the last minute. Give yourself time. It will say that there is a time limit, but it will not kick you off if you go past that time limit. Okay? Reach out to me if you have any questions. Definitely get in touch with me if you run into any technical difficulties with the final or with the short stories exam. Otherwise, just do your best. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the course. I hope that you've enjoyed at least some of what we've read and discussed, both the poetry, the song lyrics, the short stories, and that it has given you time to think about things that maybe we don't think about on a daily basis. I've had fun presenting everything to you. So thank you guys for a really fun term. And good luck to all of you.